Hello and welcome back to How About That Crypto. You are watching your almost daily crypto news and updates with your host, Bitcoin Stylist on Twitter. And today's news and updates is all about adoption in crypto in a big way. T-Mobile goes crypto. Google and Google Cloud go crypto. Charles Schwab, Citadel, and Fidelity team up to also go crypto. And if you stay to the end, I got a cool little story for you about how someone is onboarding people into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So, what the heck does all this mean? Not to worry, I'll explain it all. But first, please let me know if you like or don't like the content by leaving a comment below. If you're listening on podcasts, please give me a rating and follow me and leave me a comment if you're on YouTube. All right. Don't forget to follow, link, and subscribe. It helps support me. It keeps you up to date and it helps support the channel and doesn't cost you anything. Don't forget, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Use the links below to do your own research. All right. So Monday, I went through the ETH merge realities. If you did not watch or listen to that, definitely go back and watch it. During that episode, during that episode, I told you I would make my next video on comparing and contrasting proof of work versus proof of stake. Well, I still will. I will try to get that to you tomorrow, but definitely this week. I just started doing my research for the episode and realized I have more to do. So I decided that since the last episode was not very bullish, I can give you a bunch of things to be, and I'm sorry, I gave you a bunch of things to be wary of. So I thought I'd do a bullish adoption episode and update you on this breaking news. Okay, so let's dive right in. And I'm going to share my screen. If you're listening on podcast, you can just follow along or use the links below. Okay, author Andrew Hayward reports for Decrypt. Helium founders T-Mobile launch Helium founders, T-Mobile launch crypto-powered 5G mobile service. Helium Mobile will tap both the decentralized 5G network and T-Mobile's service while also offering crypto rewards to users. Okay, so it says here that Nova Labs and T-Mobile have partnered to launch Helium Mobile, a 5G wireless service for smartphones. It will use Helium's decentralized crypto-powered 5G network as well as T-Mobile's network and switch between the two as needed. Okay, so first let us understand what Helium is. So let's jump over here. And author Sasha Sagan. I don't know why I can't get out of this stupid thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I don't know why it's messing with me. Let me refresh the screen. There we go. All right. Author Sasha Sagan reports for PC Mag, is Helium's new 5G network just hot air? The crypto-friendly company jumps the gun and calling it shared network 5G. So I'm only really reading this article because I thought they did a good job explaining it. So let me see here. Okay, it works like this. You buy a Freedom Fi gateway box and a small cell. So it's kind of like a router. It looks kind of like a router and like an antenna. You plug the gateway box into your own wired internet. And then you can earn a crypto token called Mobile for providing proof of coverage. Oh my God, sorry. I'm not in my normal setup today, so I'm like having some difficulty. All right, here we go. So basically, you plug in your little router / antenna into your own wired internet, and you earn mobile coin for providing proof of coverage, along with more crypto for data transfers on your cell at a later date. The mobile token converts to Helium's HNT token, which is tradable on crypto exchanges. Then Helium rents out the network to other cellular providers whose customers would be able to use it to fill in gaps in coverage. So basically, instead of having big towers all over the place, people have these routers all over the place. And it looks like you might even be using your cell phone as a router. And that sounds like an episode from what's that Silicon Valley show. So anyway, let's jump back here. And So the author in this article explains Helium as Helium is a network of decentralized wireless hotspots. That incentivizes users with crypto tokens for running the node and supporting the network. So for using your for buying the piece, for buying the hardware, setting it up, running it. I mean, I don't know if you got extra costs from using it, but you're incentivized to do this by earning these crypto tokens for keeping it up and running. And the initial Helium network focused on powering Internet of Things devices like sensors and trackers, and has more than 950,000 node operators at present. So what I'm understanding here is that there's two types of Helium networks. There's one that is these node operators powering Internet of Things around people's houses, but it looks like they're going into the mobile network side of things. And so I'm assuming that it's going to use your cell phone. So you have to buy a certain cell phone, and there's like a SIM card in there that powers, but I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so I'm going to read the first two paragraphs of this article. Crypto fueled wireless network Helium will soon be able to introduce its mobile 5G vision to many more users. Today, Helium Network founder Nova Labs announced that it has partnered with T-Mobile to create a new 5G wireless service called Helium Mobile. Helium Mobile will be a virtual network operator service and will tap both the T-Mobile and Helium networks for customers in the United States. Set to launch in the first quarter of 2023, the service will rely both on T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network and Helium's user-operated 5G nodes. Okay, so I think that I might have to do an entirely separate episode on really breaking down what Helium is. But basically, they're trying to create a decentralized internet. And so now let's jump over to Bloomberg. So the fact that they teamed up with T-Mobile and T-Mobile inked this deal with them, that's the big news here. Helium itself is a separate crypto project, and I don't dive into depth into too many crypto projects, but I think this one would be a good one to do. So anyway, now let's check this out. Let's jump over to Bloomberg and listen to a little clip with Nova Labs CEO, which is the company that launched Helium.
So Helium Mobile is the world's first crypto carrier, as you mentioned. You can think of it from a consumer point of view very similarly to an existing mobile plan. You sign up. We have a nice app that you'll use. It will rely heavily on eSIMs, so it should be a very seamless sign up. But the key difference is that users earn cryptocurrency while they're using the network in the form of mobile tokens. And perhaps more importantly, they get to actually build and own the infrastructure that they're using. So you can think of this similarly to Airbnb or Uber or something like that, where you're not only a user of the network, but you're also part of the infrastructure and part of building it at the same time.
So if you want to use this, how do you sign up?
So first of all, there's a wait list to join. So you can go to hellohelium.com. That's the first step. Once we launch, which is aimed for Q1 next year, there'll be a mobile app that you can use. Ideally, if your phone is eSIM compatible, that's kind of all you have to do. You'll just install the app, you'll get going, and the eSIM will be downloaded straight into your phone. If you have an older phone that doesn't support eSIMs, then we will send you a physical SIM, and you'll be able to use it that way.
Talk to us about the challenges of creating a crypto-powered mobile network. How is this even possible, and what kind of troubleshooting are you going to have to do?
We proved with the IoT network that we launched in 2019 that people-powered networks are a real thing. I don't think people believed it was doable at the time. We launched in Austin, only 150 hotspots, and within 3 years, there are now 1 million of these hotspots across the globe, building an IoT network designed for sensors and low-powered devices. This next step is moving into the cellular world, so primarily targeted at cell phones. And we use roughly the same tactics, right? Which is that people have shown us that they are interested in participating in infrastructure, not just being a user of a network. They want to own the thing that they use. And so we'll do roughly the same thing that we did in the last go around, which is that people are incentivized.
Okay, so all right, I think this is so awesome to listen to this guy talk about this. It definitely sounds like an episode of, or like that, maybe it was a whole season of Silicon Valley, where he wanted to use people's cell phones as cell towers, and they would just bounce signals off of each other, and you wouldn't need the hard wired infrastructure, which could kind of cut out some of the carriers. But it sounds like what they're going to do is kind of be a link together people to create a network, but also using the cellular networks to connect the groupings of people. I can imagine like a small town up in the mountains in North Carolina might have a challenge with this, but like in the cities, there's already plenty of coverage. So I think this is interesting, but like you could also have coverage if like I'm in a basement with a couple of the people who have cell phones and there's someone upstairs, and my network might be able to connect to the person cell phone upstairs while I'm in the basement, but I can't connect to the internet, but that person's phone connects to the internet. So the information can go from the internet, wireless internet, to that person's phone, to me, to give connection in places where the mobile carriers cannot give you. Anyway, this is awesome. This is super big, cool. I think it's cool. Do you think this is whack? Let me know. Leave a comment below, and I am moving on. Author Gareth Jenkinson reports for Cointelegraph BNB chain to collab with Google Cloud to bolster Web3 blockchain startups. BNB chain ecosystem participants are set to have access to Google Cloud services in a newly formed collaboration. So Google is teaming up with Binance. Binance is the largest crypto exchange in the world, like by far, and they have their own layer 1 blockchain, kind of like Ethereum, and it is called the BNB chain. And so they are looking to build a layer 1 competitor. Okay, so let's read the first two paragraphs here. Binance's smart contract blockchain platform, BNB Chain, has partnered with Google Cloud to bolster Web3 and blockchain startups. Startups are currently building products and services on the BNB Chain. Blockchain will also be able to build on Google Cloud's scalable, secure, and open source infrastructure. I'm going to go down and just read these two paragraphs. The Google for Cloud Startup Program awards Google Cloud credits annually for up to 2 years to help early stage businesses establish and grow their projects. Web3 builders will be able to connect with Google Cloud Startup Success Team members and the firm's technical subject matter experts across. Okay, this is very wordy. Basically, BNB chain, so like kind of think Ethereum developers, but like BNB developer, people building on the BNB chain, building applications. They've teamed up with Google's startup cloud program. So Google has a program for startups that building on the cloud. So now they can leverage Google Cloud tools and the BNB chain tools, and the Google's tools that they have available are experts in data management, data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and zero trust security. It says Web3 developer workshops, as well as Google Cloud training and certifications, will also be available to participants. This is amazing. You got Google is like involved in the crypto world, and they have this deal, and they're giving access to their people. And so I think that's really cool. Now, as far like that deal could just can dissolve at some point, so it's not incredibly bullish, but it just goes to show how the world that we've been living in, that we understand, the Web 2 world, the banking world that we understand, is merging together with the crypto world. All right, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Leave a comment below, and I'm moving on. Speaking of the financial world, so we got the mobile world is getting in bed with cryptocurrency. We got Google, so cloud, so like a current internet provider or internet companies and tech companies are getting involved with crypto companies, and we have banks getting involved with crypto companies. So let's jump into this. Author Matt DeSalvo writes for Decrypt. Charles Schwab, Citadel, and Fidelity launch FEDX crypto exchange. EDX Markets plans to offer safer, faster, and more efficient cryptocurrency trading. So I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs here. A group of investment firm giants, including Charles Schwab and Fidelity Digital Assets, today announced the launch of a new cryptocurrency exchange named EDX Markets. It will be a first of its kind exchange, giving investors safer, faster, and more efficient crypto trading. Okay, so I got a quote for you. This is a Fidelity representative says this. The intention of the industry consortium is to build market infrastructure that contributes to increased optionality for liquidity to facilitate a more efficient, secure, and cost-effective process for trading digital assets. So basically what's happening, how I read this, is these banks and the market maker and investment banks they're teaming up together to create a crypto to like basically get involved in the crypto market. So they're going to take on like Coinbase and Binance, and they're going to build their own version. And by having this like large consortium, it's supposed to provide deeper liquidity. Because imagine if Coinbase and Binance teamed up and created like one marketplace that all kind of work together to help match trades and stuff like that. So this might be the beginning of how we will see like a spot Bitcoin ETF maybe. But like this, just the adoption and the institutions involved, the institutions that have spoken out against it and are now teaming up together to be involved in crypto. Do you think that that's a bullish thing? Let me know. Leave a comment below. And I'm moving on to the last and final story. You made it to the end. So something called Thunder Games is helping onboard tons of people into crypto through gaming. Author Drew Valek and Graham Kresik report for Voltage and an article titled Powering Lightning, How Thunder Games Uses Voltage. So basically what they're just talking about here is some technical stuff. So I'm just going to read these two articles here. These two paragraphs. Thunder Games has figured out a pretty awesome way to tackle this pain point and is leading a new wave of game developers that are able to incentivize players with currency that can actually be used in the real world. Thunder does this by paying out players via the Lightning Network, where they can send micropayments of Bitcoin, all within a matter of seconds with very little fees. We had the pleasure of speaking with Jack Everett of Thunder Games and sat down with him for a few questions. When asked why he chose to build on the Lightning Network, Bitcoin's layer 2 scaling solution, Jack said, "The reason I picked Bitcoin is because you can use micropayments that the user can cash out instantly, whereas other financial incentive methods limit how much you can send, how frequent you can send." So basically, they figured out a way to like have games. You just download the games on your app. You can see here, there's like the latest game that they've just launched is Solitaire. This is author Sean Amick reports for bitcoinmagazine.com. It's called Thunder Launches Play to Earn Bitcoin Solitaire Game. So basically it says that this says Thunder Games launches a new solitaire game enabling users to play and earn Bitcoin. The familiarity of solitaire is meant to make onboarding more comfortable for first-time Bitcoin gamers. Over 80% of the company's users earn their first Bitcoin through Thunder Games, and 60% of its base located in emerging markets. So if you're new to crypto and you want a simple way to get involved, why don't you check out Thunder Games? It's Thunder with no vowels. And so you can look that up. Just spell Thunder, but then take out the vowels. And yeah, you can download. You can start playing solitaire. You can start earning Bitcoin. And you can become part of this entire ecosystem. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting story, and I hope that you like this news. Let me know what you like about today's news, and tell me what if you think these are bullish signs or not. And I still have a proof of stake versus proof of work episode to do, and I'm also going to do a little bit of a dive into helium. I'm also talking to some friends about running an Ethereum validator node. So if we decide to go down with that, even if we don't, I'm going to do the research, so I'll do an episode about that. So if there's anything else you want to hear, let me know. Leave a comment below, and have a good day. Hodl on.